one last video. This one I want to play because not only is it, again, on this topic, and it gives you the final nail in the coffin if she ain't going to give shit at this point, but also it says so much about the way she sees different voting blocks and the way she views Bernie Sanders supporters, the way she views typically, traditionally, how people support different parties. And you're going to see that in this video.
June 7th, 2016 will be the California primary.
Right.
This year. Is that when you, if you're ahead in the vote, if you're ahead in pledged delegates?
I am ahead in the vote. Rachel, I am way ahead in the vote. On June, no, wait a minute. Look, I have the greatest respect for Senator Sanders, but really, what he and his supporters are now saying just doesn't add up. I have 2.7 million more votes than he has. I have more than 250 more pledged delegates. I'm very proud of the campaign that we have run and the support we have gotten. And of course, we're going to work together. As I said, I share a lot of the same goals. We are going to work together, but I am ahead. And let's start from that premise while we talk about what happens next, okay?
I love that. Even a hypothetical, she no, I couldn't not be ahead at some point. That's impossible. I'm ahead now. And the thing that I love about it is she really does see it as a given that, fine, we have to have these primaries. I was supposed to just walk in and be anointed, but fine, we had your primary. Now the primary's done. And so all of these people who are voting for Bernie, like in past elections, obviously are just going to support the Democratic nominee because they're just typical Democratic voters. She has no idea that he is bringing in new people, people who didn't care about the party, who weren't interested in politics because they didn't think that the politicians supported them and would fight for them. She doesn't realize that those people could easily just fade back into doing what they were doing beforehand. And the Democratic Party doesn't realize that they could lose millions of supporters off into elections for the next few decades.
He thinks the lady doth protest too much. So she asked you 4 different questions, and 4 different times you gave an answer for a different question.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, how are you going to woo Bernie Sanders voters? I'm ahead! I'm winning! Okay, all right, but that
I don't lose! I win!
That's what I do! Okay, I know, Kiana, but that wasn't the question. That wasn't the question. Okay, so finally here, to John's point, again, they can't wrap their mind around that it's a new day in America, right? So I think that what they were thinking is all this excitement around Bernie Sanders, not so bad. Okay, we'll probably beat him. And remember, they've been cocky all along, right? Not probably. I'm sure they thought we'll definitely beat him. Mm-hmm. And then he'll have brought all these new people in. And when he does, he will hand them to us. And now that they're seeing that might not go down that way, they are shocked and chagrined, right? And they're like, what? Wait a minute. That is not how things are done, okay? Mm-hmm. You get people all excited, right? Then you let them down and tell them to vote for me. That's how it works, right? Yeah, I know, but these are the people that are excited because they hate the way it works. These are new voters, a lot of them, and a lot of older voters and people who voted in the past going, I didn't want to vote anymore until this guy came in and showed me that there was a new way of doing things. And if he betrayed that ethos, they wouldn't walk the plank with him anyway. Yeah. So they just cannot get out of their Washington bubble. They just can't see things in the new way. So it doesn't look like she has any intention of trying to convince Bernie Sanders voters, no, you have a substantive, real reason to vote for me. And not just to vote against Donald Trump or the monsters on the right, but here is my case for why you should be excited by me. And she's never made that case to Bernie Sanders voters. Yeah. So she might have held on to the voters she had, right, and enough to win, okay? Perhaps, it certainly looks like that for the moment being, right? Because she's ahead! I know, okay? But did she convince any Sanders voters throughout this primary to come to her because she had better solutions? If she did, it was certainly not in significant numbers. And it seems like she has not learned any lessons. And she continues to go down the path of, you should be with me. My slogan is, I'm with her. how dare you not be with me, right? That's not how it works anymore. And I love that it doesn't work that way anymore. And the fact that you can't deal with that is not the voters' fault, it's your fault.